Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your love reading for January 2020. Let's go ahead and see what is coming up for you for the month of January. This is a love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for January 2020. You have the King of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for January. Four of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for January. The High Priestess. Love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for January. Four of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for January. Eight of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for January. Eight of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for January. Five of Wands. 10 of Pentacles. What's the most important thing Sagittarius needs to hear about their love life for January 2020? The message that you have, Sagittarius, is very good. The Chariot. The Chariot can represent the sign of Cancer, but also represents victory. And I definitely feel like you need it because I do see some obstacles here, but the Chariot is telling you you will move forward in your love life. This is victory over problems and obstacles. So we'll come back to this card in a minute and we'll see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. Let's start at the top. And if you would like a private reading with me, I'll put a link below to my website, channelguidance.com. Okay, so you have the King of Cups here, Four of Cups, and the High Priestess. Some of you are dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. This can also represent you if you have a moon or rising and a water sign. Now, I do see some unhappiness around this person. The Four of Cups, to me, this represents kind of like an energy of saying no thank you. This could be someone who maybe you're interested in having a relationship with, who is not kind of responding to your, your love, to the attention you're giving them. You're being told here to trust your intuition. The High Priestess is telling you, you know whether you need to keep pursuing this person or you need to back off. Your intuition is speaking to you. Now, the Four of Cups can also be, this is a very emotional energy. Either someone is not interested in what you're offering them, but it can also be that maybe you're feeling very unhappy about a relationship or a marriage where there is something bringing you down. Look at this next row that we have here. We have the Four of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles. It's like someone is exploring their options here with the Seven of Pentacles. This is someone who maybe has other options. This can be you, or it can be the person that you're involved with. This is someone that maybe is exploring other paths. Ironically, on this side, you have the Four of Swords, which is a card of someone maybe taking a step back from a relationship. This is someone maybe that has asked you for some space. And again, it seems like there's someone around you with the Four of Cups who's not kind of appreciating or is interested in what you're offering them. It could be someone maybe who's looking at other options here with the Seven of Pentacles. And with the Four of Swords, this is someone maybe who needs time to think. Maybe they need time to think about what you're offering them, the love that you have for them. This is a relationship that needs, time to build up. You have the Eight of Pentacles. There's a lot of work to do around this relationship with this person who maybe doesn't quite see you, for who you truly are, and is maybe kind of not expressing the same interest that you are. That's what I see in this reading. Now down here, this could be the problem here. We've got the Eight of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. So there is a potential relationship here. For some of you, this can be the relationship that you're in or the marriage. There is some strange energy around it. You've got the Eight of Swords. So someone feels trapped here. Someone feels trapped. Someone feels kind of stuck maybe in a relationship. It could be that there's a lot of problems. You have the Five of Wands. There could be a lot of fighting, a lot of misunderstandings, a lot of power struggles. I feel like this is applying for those of you where you're already coupled, not someone that you're just kind of interested in dating or you want to have a relationship with. I feel like for those of you where you're already perhaps living together, you're married, you're a couple, someone feels trapped in the relationship. Someone doesn't know how to maybe move past their fears. And I feel like there's a lot of potential bickering here and misunderstandings for the month of January. So you're going to have to really trust your intuition here. Remember the main energy, let's go back to it because I feel like this is where you really need to hear this. The main energy for the sign of Sagittarius was the Chariot, victory. There are problems here for the sign of Sagittarius, possibly someone not interested and the affection that you're offering. I feel like this is for those of you where you're not a couple yet, like you're not married, or it's just someone that you're kind of interested in. You have a crush on them, something like that. Not for those of you where you're already married or in a relationship. I feel like there is just unhappiness. There are options. I'm just saying there are options for one or both of you, and someone maybe needs a timeout, but you do have this energy of victory. A relationship can still continue to move forward, but I do feel that you have to trust your intuition. Let me get a few more. Let's see what else comes up for the sign of Sagittarius. What other messages are there for Sagittarius for the month of January? 6 of Pentacles. 10 of Wands. Yeah, the 8 of Cups. Definitely something strange here. I mean, what I see with these 3 cards, let me take a good look at them. 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, 8 of Cups. I feel like someone is tired of a relationship. I feel like someone is really tired and is thinking of just like bolting. I mean, because this is the goodbye card. Somebody's choosing to walk away. You know, and that's what I was seeing here. Like someone is just kind of bored. Someone is saying no thank you. Thanks, but no thanks. There's just a very kind of exhausting energy here. Someone feels just really fed up and doesn't really want to try anymore in a relationship. And this is about getting what they deserve. Someone feels they're not getting what they deserve. And they're tired of investing in this relationship and they want to move on. And that's what I was seeing here also with the 4 of Swords. This is someone that needs or that wants to take a step back from a relationship. Someone feels trapped. We're seeing this here with the 8 of Swords. Someone feels trapped, you know, and there are maybe a lot of strong differences between you and the person that you love with the 5 of Wands. There could be a lot of conflicts, and maybe just, you know, you want very different things. Let's go ahead and see what the confirmation deck wants to add to all of this. And I'm going to get a few bonus cards for the last few signs that I'm posting. So you're going to see a few decks that I didn't do for the earlier signs. Maybe we'll get some clarity on this. What other messages are there for Sagittarius for January 2020? 3 of Cups. What other messages are there for Sagittarius for January? 8 of Pentacles. And the Moon. Interesting. What's the most important thing Sagittarius needs to hear about their love life for January 2020? The Strength card. So the Strength card can represent the sign of Leo, but it's also telling you you're going to have to be brave. If you want to continue in this relationship, or if you really want to save this relationship, if you really want to have this victory, that was the main energy from the first deck, you're going to have to really be brave. You're going to have the guts to hang in there. Because I feel like you're dealing with something really tricky and complicated. You have the Moon here. The Moon can represent the sign of Pisces, but it's also, you know, just very confusing energy. This can be a card of self-deceit. And it may not be you. It could be the person that you're in love with. This can mean, you know, things are hidden from you that will soon come to light. Just very confusing emotional energy. This is a repeat card for you. The 8 of Pentacles. So as far as you and the person that you love, there's a lot of work to do to either save this relationship or to build up this relationship. For the ex spread, I mean, we're going to look at that next. It could be there's a lot of work to do as far as getting back together with an ex. There can still be happiness here. You have the 3 of Cups, which is good times, joy, laughter. But again, that comes with a lot of work. There's also a lot of confusing energy around Sagittarius and the person that they love. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the ex spread. Okay, Sagittarius, let's go ahead and see what's going on between you and your ex for the month of January. Sagittarius and their ex for January 2020. 4 of Wands. Sagittarius and their ex for January 2020. 7 of Swords. Sagittarius and their ex for January. Queen of Pentacles. Sagittarius and their ex for January 2020. Judgment. Sagittarius and their ex for January 2020. Page of Wands. Sagittarius and their ex for January. Page of Cups. Sagittarius and their ex for January 2020. Interesting. So now you have the King and the Queen of Pentacles. If your ex is an earth sign, I'm definitely speaking to you. January, sorry, not January. Sagittarius and their ex for January 2020. Nice, the star. Sagittarius and their ex. 9 of Pentacles. Very interesting. Again, if your ex is a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, boy, am I speaking to you. But again, this can also be you. If you have a moon or rising and an earth sign, it can also be the energy that your ex is in. Let's start at the top. So you have the 4 of Wands, the 7 of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. I also forgot to mention, sometimes these people cards come up. It may not be you. If you don't have any earth in your chart and your ex does not either, it can be a third party, someone who maybe, it doesn't have to be romantic. It can be someone maybe that they're interested in, either, or someone that's interested in them, or someone maybe interfering. Because, I mean, look what you have here. You have the 7 of Swords. I mean, this is a huge red flag, and it can either be, because there's a relationship here, clearly. There can still be a relationship between you and your ex. This is commitment. This is not just a fling or chemistry. This is a long-term relationship, if not a marriage. But there are lies here. There is deceit. It can be, yes, it can be that your ex is kind of sticking their head in the sand and kind of pretending that they don't care. Well, I don't want to say pretending, but maybe they're not seeing it yet. Because again, there is a strong energy here of a relationship, of something long-term. Maybe they're angry with you. If something, really difficult happened, it could be that they're kind of in denial. That's what I'm trying to get. They're in denial about their feelings. And if this is not you, and it's not your ex, it can be someone who's maybe kind of feeding this energy here of pessimism, of, kind of self-deceit and looking away from your relationship. Now, look at this next row. You've got 2 pages side by side. The pages represent communication, and this page is all about communication from the heart. This is your ex telling you that they still care. This is your ex telling you they still love you. And this is just good news and excitement. And all of this is with Judgment. Judgment is the card for exes, because this is a relationship coming back to life. A new beginning, a second chance for a relationship. It's still here for Sagittarius. Very much in the month of January, there can be a new beginning. There, you have a strong message here of communication. You know what? Let me just confirm this now. What message is there for the sign of Sagittarius around this communication? Whoa. So that's you. It could be that maybe what you need to do is kind of reach out to your ex. Because, I mean, the King of Wands, that's your energy. It could be that, that's why I wanted to see, is it maybe that you should not communicate, or should you, or your energy pops up. It could be that maybe what you say, opens the door to a reunion, or what you say changes everything. Because Judgment is that second chance for a relationship. And I do see a lot of communication there. Now down here, we've got the earth sign energy, which again, it can be your ex. It can be you if you have a moon or rising and an earth sign, or it can be someone kind of, interfering in the relationship, or someone who wants your ex, or, maybe they're interested in them. But you do have the star here. The star, I mean, this is what you want. This is you getting your ex back. It's still here. It's literally on the table. The star represents your hopes and wishes being granted. You getting what you want. You could also represent the sign of Aquarius if that is your ex. You have the 9 of Pentacles here. So this is actually about feeling good about the decisions that you're making. It could be that you need to give your ex time, which we did see in the first spread. Because it was kind of like a weird message there. Like maybe right now they're not seeing what you're seeing. They're not appreciating. You had the 4 of Cups. To me, the 4 of Cups is kind of like, no thank you. Thank you, but no thank you. I'm not interested. You may need to give them time to kind of be in this energy. This is feeling really good about yourself, feeling successful, seeing yourself in a really positive way. It could be that they're not there yet. But I do see a lot of communication for you that could lead to a new beginning. And I feel that this communication, this is you. Because the confirmation that I pulled for it was the King of Wands, which is your energy. I feel like if you really speak up, you can make this new beginning happen. Okay, let me get a few more. What other messages are there for Sagittarius about their ex for January 2020? Another page. Whoa. What other messages are there for Sagittarius about their ex? Death. 8 of Pentacles again. This was your repeat card in the first spread. So now we have 3 pages. 3 pages. Let me just kind of move this out of the way so you can see it. 1, 2, 3. They're almost all here except the Page of Pentacles and Swords. Actually, Pentacles, because we've got the Swords here. I feel like if you've been waiting to hear from your ex, if you've heard nothing maybe for a few months, The month of January could be the big moment where you finally hear maybe the truth of maybe what's, really been going on, why they backed away. Remember, you did have the moon in the first spread, which is sometimes, the looks are deceiving. Things are not what they seem, self-deceit. The truth is here. I feel like there's going to be very honest communication for the sign of Sagittarius with your ex. And it's going to be honest communication that changes everything. You have the Death card. This can also represent the sign of Scorpio, but it just means that everything will change. It's just here as like, this is the potential. This is what could happen for the sign of Sagittarius. With a lot of communication and everyone being just completely upfront, there could be a huge change. Still, there's a lot of work to do in repairing this relationship with the Eight of Pentacles coming up. This was the repeat card in the first spread. Okay, let's get a few more cards in the confirmation deck, and then I have some bonus decks for you. Okay, what other messages are there for the sign of Sagittarius about their ex for January? Seven of Pentacles, which you also had in the first spread. You have Strength, which I think you also had in that first spread. And the Three of Wands. Yeah, I mean, all of these cards are telling you to be patient. Try not to kind of rush as far as a reunion, because I mean, again, all of these cards mean the same thing. The energy of all of these cards are telling you that there's waiting involved, especially the Three of Wands. This card is telling you there's going to be a perfect timing and scenario for you and your ex to reunite, to be together again. You need to be patient. Don't let your ego get aggravated here. Don't let, certain things that you may hear, don't let your buttons get pushed here, because this is not going to help if your ego is really kind of triggered. And I see someone here maybe doing a lot of thinking with the Seven of Pentacles. This is someone who is maybe exploring the possibility of a reunion with you. Let me get a confirmation card for that. Why does the Seven of Pentacles come up for Sagittarius and their ex for January? Victory. So this would be you and them getting back together. So there is a lot of thinking going on behind the scenes. Or it could be once there's communication, because I see it here. Communication here, here, here. I feel like there's going to be, like, your ex is really going to, really think about this very carefully. You're going to have to sit tight and be patient. But this is victory for you. Remember, from the main deck, the main energy was the Chariot, victory. So major arcana victory, minor arcana victory. I feel like if you give your ex some time to really figure things out, that is the key to a reunion. Now, the bonus decks I wanted to use are these right here, these cards, Amira's Love Oracle, and this deck right here, which is not actually a love deck, but it's very helpful when it comes to love readings. It's called Soul Lessons and Soul Purpose Oracle cards. Sometimes I use them when I do private readings. So let's see what other guidance there is for you. What additional message is there for Sagittarius as far as their ex for January 2020? What additional message is there for Sagittarius about their ex for January 2020? New love. So for some of you, I mean, it can be, that's just not the feeling that I get. I feel like for some of you, you may kind of choose to focus on someone else, because I just keep going back to the first spread. That very first row, you had the Four of Cups, which to me, that really felt strongly like somebody saying no, thanks, but no thanks, which is something I don't always get from that card. And this definitely feels like there could be, I mean, it's a general reading, but I feel like some of you, it's either you or your ex, it's one of you. Somebody is focusing on something new, and that could be if your ex is not the earth sign, because it's strong here. King and Queen of Pentacles. If you're not an earth sign, moon or rising, and they're not an earth sign, there could be somebody new. This could be maybe something that you're not aware of. Let me get another one. We have plenty of time. What additional message is there for the sign of Sagittarius about their ex for January? Ice Queen. Interesting. I feel because of everything that we've gone through in the first spread and this spread and the confirmation deck, that your ex may be in a place right now where they're not really kind of focusing on the past, on you. They may be in a place where they're looking at other options. And that's something that I said in the first spread. Because the Ice Queen, this is not someone who's in touch with their emotions. This is definitely Seven of Swords energy. This is someone who's in denial, someone who's kind of shut down emotionally, someone who is kind of cold-hearted. And they could be focusing on someone new for now. And that could be maybe why you're being told here so strongly with not only the Strength card, but also the Three of Wands, to give it time. Maybe this person needs time to think in order to come back to you. Okay, let me get an additional card from this deck right here. What other message is there for the sign of Sagittarius about their ex for January 2020? Work with devotion. I mean, to me, when I see this card as far as love readings, this is telling you again to give it time. I feel like if you truly love this person and if you truly want to get back together, I mean, you're going to have to kind of give them space. I feel like there are some things clearly, even with the confirmation here, some things that they need to work out mentally. There could even be someone else in the picture. And this is just telling you kind of behind the scenes, just kind of, you know, stay focused on maybe on what you had, move on with your life. Don't obsess, don't agonize, but also, you know, kind of work maybe mentally towards figuring things out. Let me get another one. What other message is there for the sign of Sagittarius about their ex for January 2020? Yeah, I mean, look at this. Live life to the fullest. This is what I was telling you. Like, don't spend too much time agonizing over your ex. Will they come back? Will they not come back? What's going on? I mean, this is just telling you to keep moving forward. You know, work with devotion. Again, this is, maybe thinking about the relationship, trying to figure out what went wrong. But don't let life stop. Continue to move forward. Focus on yourself. Don't spend too much time agonizing over this person, because I do feel like whoever we're dealing with here, this is someone who is, kind of cold-hearted right now. They've shut down emotionally for whatever reason. Maybe because they were hurt. And some of them could have something else going on here, especially with the Seven of Pentacles coming up 2 times. It's like there are other options. And again, maybe this is something that you will hear in the month of January, because I definitely see a lot of communication here. Page of Swords, which could be the truth coming out, especially because you had the Moon in the first spread. The Page of Swords, the Page of Cups, the Page of Wands. There could be a lot of communication. I feel like, this also is potential energy coming to you from this Ice Queen or King, someone who is, again, shut down emotionally, not ready to pour out their heart. But I feel like in time, they will be ready to let you know how they truly feel. For now, you're being told, keep moving forward. Don't stop. Don't obsess. Just, can let everything fall into place. Okay, Sagittarius, this has been your love reading for January 2020. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you again next month.